um, it helps me a lot because I never realized until I started filming Elaine and Nicole how much I misunderstood or misgrasped or missed, for that matter. And it helps other people too. So yeah, but it's basically it's something I do and I plan to do for the rest of my life.
Like filming the appointments,
Filming my whole life.
Filming your life.
Yeah.
You did a home tour.
As it stands, honestly, my dream would be to have a home with cameras in every single room that live streamed, because yes, I would like to live stream my entire life. I don't want to be on a disability for the rest of my life. I want to be self-sufficient. I want to be a public speaker and author, and well, I mean, I sort of am in my own right because I already make videos and written stuff most days, and I pay for my own private website, which is a mess right now simply because my phone's maxed out and I can't do anything. But I've obviously been looking forward to seeing you for a long time because it's been a long time and an absolute nightmare. So
You're back in Melbourne now?
we're back, yeah. So in a nutshell, it's like, it's when I look back at Queensland and being up there now, it's just looking at it from like a very dissociated looking back person point of view. Nothing made any sense the entire time I was there after I moved in with Merv. Since pulling away from it, I can see why, because this is Merv, as I've explained, we met, he helped me because I moved to the farm was very dangerous. I moved in with him because he's on an age pension to help pay together. Basically, his best friend took it. Merv literally did everything for his best friend. He was his person. And then when I moved in and then Merv stopped being readily available 24/7 to just drop everything, the best friend started like a crusade against me. And he very quickly spread rumors throughout the community. And basically I got shunned. And it caused me to withdraw and become extremely depressed. That's when I started taking the Dolmian, right? So I was going to talk to you about that because I've talked to Elaine about it, because I said, I started taking the Dolmian because of how severely depressed it was. I was so bad. We were coming home because I needed to see all of you. And I knew I just wanted to be here. I didn't want to be up there anymore. So we packed everything in.
Did you come back?
Well, see, that's the thing. Our furniture got picked up in Queensland on the 12th of November. On the 13th of November, I woke up to messages and videos and missed phone calls telling me that my house had burnt down. So since the 13th of November, my home is gone. It's a biohazard. It's like contaminated with asbestos to the point no one can enter it. I honestly, it's been one big giant nightmare. Thankfully, Merv has...
You own the house, yeah?
No, I didn't own it. I rented it, but I had the best rental ever. Like, I paid $100 a week for a 3-bedroom house. I'd been in there since 2017. The owner owns the home, or had the home, to knock it down and build units, right? But like, before I went to Queensland, I asked him what's happening with the house, because it's just been year after year after year. It was always the same rules. $400 on the first of the month, and the maintenance and everything I looked after. So it was effectively like having my own home until he was ready to build. But he had said to me, the bank won't give me the loan and I can't sell it as it is. So I would have had my home for a long time. But when Merv moved in, I said, look, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. And he said, well, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to build a house. And he said, well, my friend asked to use it for storage, right? My living room. And then he called me and asked, could his friend, who was going to be homeless, stay there for a couple of months? Well, a couple of months spread out and out and out, and it became a nightmare until I was like, you must make him leave immediately. Like, I can't do this. I believe he burnt the house down, but it's caused major problems because there were big tents found in the living room and the other room. So I have had to speak to the police. I have had to speak to insurance, fire investigators. Like, I've had to speak to everyone. I am genuinely praying to every single thing out there that the owner gets his insurance, because I do believe that the home was burnt down by arson to spite me, because it was like, if this guy couldn't live there for free, which he had been for, say, almost a year, then no one was going to get to live there. But I don't know that he knew that there was tents in it, because I definitely did not. I have no idea what. No, like as in TENT, as in big ass tents, and the police are saying like growing marijuana and things like that. Obviously, we had no idea, because, like, as I've had to show the police and everything, like, every bit of evidence proves we were up in Queensland. I was doing Uber Eats delivery to make extra cash. So, yeah, like I said, I've had to speak to everyone. There's a major investigation going on. I truly don't know what will happen. All I know is that
it's not livable anymore.
No one's can't even access the property. Like the whole, like, I want to see what's out the back.
Furniture there.
Yeah,
every storage room also.
So he had told me he was using the living room, so I'd emptied it out my living room besides the couch. That room was his. We went from Queensland to Melbourne with a big empty trailer, picked up the furniture that was most valuable and important to me, thank God, took it back to his. I obviously was keeping my home. It was $100 a week. But the man that my friend had let move in was not who we thought he was. And I became quite anxious and worried, and I basically wanted him gone after I met him. And that just, like I said, it turned into a nightmare. When I said, I need to come home, my friend had said he'd gotten the guy out in like August. So, and he told us that the house was completely empty except for the furniture I already owned. So like my entire kitchen, appliances, my washing machine, my dishwasher, beds, everything that I didn't fit in a trailer and take to his house was inside of my home, and it's destroyed, gone. All of it's gone. All of it is gone. And I haven't grasped or registered until I think it was yesterday, literally how bad it must be, because the police actually said to me the house is condemned, to the point where like it had asbestos in the walls, so because of the fire they said the asbestos has gone everywhere. And it hit me literally yesterday that means it'll be like people in biohazard suits having to take the house apart, right? Because I've just been saying I want to see the furniture out the back, in the shed and out the back. That still should be okay, but you can't enter the property.
Is it like a unit?
No, it was like a 3-bedroom standard house. Yeah, we had ducted heating, air conditioning, big kitchen.
You haven't been to the place at all?
I was still in Queensland when I got told it burnt down, and I cannot look at pictures. I can't drive past it, like anything.
You're not allowed to, or you don't want to?
I don't want to. I can't see it. Breaks my heart, makes me cry. I can't deal with it. We are living permanently in a caravan now. So I think this week has been the first week that I've been okay, so to speak. My depression, anxiety, overwhelm, panic attacks have been so severe that I've like isolated in the caravan. Like normally I'm the first person to get out there, and like we've been in caravan parks since leaving Queensland. And I've just not been able to function, like literally unable to function, because all of our stuff was packed into a truck to go to my house, which we were then going to drive down and just sleep in the caravan until we got to the house. Like it was the following day. So we were able to get the furniture diverted to a storage unit, but we went from having the whole stuff packed up to be shipped to the house and just whatever we needed for those 6 nights to get home into living in the caravan. So once we got back to Victoria, and we arrived back in Victoria on the 19th of December, we were able to get to and from the storage shed. But it's taken a long time.
This is the furniture that you have in Queensland.
Yeah. So currently we've got furniture in a storage shed in Melbourne, furniture in a storage shed in Queensland, because the moving company was so atrocious that they did the worst job ever. So but all of it is finally done, and it's now for the first time ever feels like home. There is order in the caravan, there is structure, there is...
Where is the caravan?
Okay, so right now we have moved. It's a property of 100 acres, and this beautiful family are setting it up for like people in camp, like there's cabins and things like that on the property. So we're currently in our caravan, but like they're getting in cabins, so they've said, like we've got first right to look at whenever they have a 2-bedroom, cabin or something open up. So we will probably do that at that, whenever that is. But we've got so much land now, like I've got my new dog, so that's my dog Happy, and there's this like huge area, like I'll show you some photos. Like it's long, right? So this is sort of our setup, and then this is right behind us. So like this is right behind us, and I plan to turn that into like this full-on enclosed dog area. And I just, for the first time in literally since leaving my house in 2024, for the first time I actually feel safe again, safe and secure.
It's the first time since all this started happening that I've actually seen Liv calm, relaxed, and basically at peace with herself.
That's great.
Yeah.
Which it is. The place we're in is truly amazing. It's good for the soul.
So good for the soul. And the caravan just, it has what we need in it, not what we don't need in it anymore. I know where things are now. I feel at peace. And even though it's like a 2.5 hour drive from here, it's worth it,
From here, you mean our clinic and also Alento's. They're close to each other.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was like 2 hours and 10 minutes when I checked before, so it depends on traffic. But like, it's worth it. Like it is just amazing.
That's great.
And I feel at peace.
This is the sense that initially when you moved in, it was uncomfortable for you, apparently.
That's what it was like up. Yeah. And in the caravan, I felt like I couldn't breathe. Like I'd gone from having a 3-bedroom house at $100 a week. It had everything, and I was so excited to go home. Like I was like floating on air. I was so excited. And then, like I said, it felt like, and it still feels like, that if he couldn't have it, nobody could have it, kind of thing, right? But
it's not proof.
No, the police have everybody's details on everyone. Like my friend was like, "You weren't the one that was here. I was. Just send them to me."
Then the fire happened. He wasn't home then.
He wouldn't. No. Well, like I said, we thought the entire house was empty except for our furniture. My friend had said, Juice, that's what I call him, Juice, my friend who was looking after the property, had told me he stopped needing it, and
it's moved out.
that his friend had moved out, and like far as we knew, that was the case, right? But he still had the keys. He changed the locks. He was like still looking after the property.
You think he would have come back and do it?
I don't think Juice came back and lit the fire. No, I think the other person did. Yeah, 100%.
He had the key and everything. We think. He could have copied the key.
It very much looks like it's arson. I believe 100%.
Yeah.
The timing of it is insane.
We don't have any other explanation.
There's no other explanation, but like I said, all I care about in the whole world is that the owner of the property gets his insurance, because he was the most amazing guy. He was so good to me.
Do we know? Is he getting it?
It's just this on job.
No.
The last time he contacted me was to ask me for copies of the bills for the gas and the gas and the power for the final 6 months, and I said to him, I wasn't willing to pay all the bills for somebody else when my house was meant to be empty, right? So he actually changed all the bills into his name, which thank God for me. But in the same token, I wasn't able to get hold of Juice for months, I truly thought he'd just ghosted me, like he'd just up and disappeared. And which is what the insurance guy, I spoke to the insurance man for an hour on the phone, and I said, look, I haven't been able to get a hold of him for months, not since I got back, and he said to me, so it sounds like your friend has ghosted you. And I'm like, that is what it feels like. And then he came back about a week ago, I reckon, and it was like everything was fine, and I was like, where did you go? You disappeared, like you've ghosted me for months, right? And then, like he said, his mental health wasn't good, and then he mentioned I mentioned the fire, and he goes, oh well, must have just been bad wiring or something, because can't have been his friend. They would have figured it out by now during the investigation. And I'm just thinking, the investigation isn't finished, dude. But he decided it was too hard to continue to talk to me, and he's ended our friendship, and I can no longer even contact him.
And he's just walked away.
He's just completely dropped everything. But I've done exactly what he told me to do on the day, which was give everybody his details. And like I said, I've been interviewed by the police, and it's a whole massive thing, But I wasn't here. I got video diaries of my falling apart life in Queensland. But for a couple of weeks, though, I think I ran out of Domain or something, and we originally thought we had a place to go, and I was feeling really good, and when that didn't happen, I spiraled again. So I went back on the Domain, and I'm obviously now feeling a lot better. Mind you, it's been exactly 1 week since we moved in.
How have you been back on the Domain now?
Oh, like, I only missed about a week or two since I've started taking it. So, like, I didn't miss a lot of it. So I guess what I wanted to ask was, like, because I thought maybe I could come off it. And Elaine was like, I don't think you should, but I need you to speak to you.
How did it help you when I put you on it
Oh, it definitely
So
helps.
Why do you want to come off then?
Well, I just wasn't sure if I don't know. I guess mostly the fact that it's like $45 to $50 a month. But I guess it was more of the, do I need it still if I'm in a much better place? Because Elaine actually asked me today, do you want to take double the dose? And I was like, what? I was like, Ehsan asked me that too once, but you explained that because it's a private script, it literally means getting 2 boxes, ergo paying twice the amount. And Elaine did not know that. And I was like, I definitely don't need 2, but she wants me to stay on it and she wants me to double check with you. But I mean,
given you're improving a little bit, and you're settling in a new place.
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
You know, you can do that. I'm not against. I'm not saying that you must not do it, but
I'll wait till
I'm a bit concerned that you have a history of anxiety and depression. The situation is better, but it's still there's a stress of this ongoing investigation. And
I don't feel stressed about the ongoing investigation at all. Like my part in all of it is done. It's completely over.
Do you think you have?
I haven't come to terms with, like, can't even drive past the building. So
yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
I don't know that is it. I don't.
It's not an easy thing, you know, and it's relatively recent.
I have no, like, when it comes to my dog that died, I can barely like talk about him without breaking down and bawling my eyes out. So I've got some major grief things happening.
Anytime Liv starts to talk about the house or boss, the emotional surge is very pronounced. Very pronounced.
It is fresh. So it's just you're doing your best. You know, you've come a long way. You feel better compared to a few months ago, for sure. But I think again, if you want to stop the agomelatine is most of the medication you can easily stop. It's not going to cause any withdrawal.
No, I know.
Unless you're under massive financial pressure. If you can afford it, maybe it wouldn't harm to continue for the next few months, and then you can do that later.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So the rest of the medication haven't changed.
When I need, that's the same. 40 in the morning.
40 citalopram. And
Epilim.
Vyvanse 70.
Yeah, so I'm taking 70 of the Vyvanse, but I'm also taking 3 of the Dex, and I didn't know that dexamphetamine scripts only lasted for 6 months.
All of them like that.
Yeah, so I need to get a new one for that, please, and I'd like to get a script for Xanax. Also, I met a new pain specialist, and she is in agreement with Elaine because the pain meds I'm on aren't doing me any good a lot of the time. Tarjan at the moment.
What's the strength of it?
So, they believe I might benefit from a ketamine infusion, right? Which is a week in hospital, right? Normally, the pain specialist would do it at her hospital, which is in Geelong. She said, due to my psychiatric disorders, however, there's a side effect with ketamine infusions where there's a possibility, she said it's very minor, but it's still there, that it can have a side effect where it like brings to the surface things that you might have otherwise washed away. And I don't have most of the memories of my childhood. Like my memory, that's one of the things I needed to tell you. So I didn't know that my brain did this all the time. I knew it did, when was it? But it has this, it's this coping mechanism or something that it just wipes all the memories from really, really bad things. And it's really hard because, like I didn't know I'd hurt my sister, for example, really, really bad a decade ago because I had no memory of any of it. So it wasn't until she told me that everything made sense after the fact, but nothing ever made any sense because I had no idea I'd ever heard her. And so Aleka, the pain specialist, who I saw on the 17th of April, so Elaine is like, I don't know why I don't have a letter from her yet. So I'm going to follow that up because I'm pretty sure I asked her to send it to you as well. She pretty much said for me to have that kind of treatment, it would have to be done hand in hand with you on the slim chances that something happens with my subconscious. And so I would need a bed available at a psychiatric hospital should I need to be shifted. So I don't know how that all gets put together.
Do you have private health insurance?
I do. I have to upgrade again to the gold, but I've already worked it out. Obviously...
Which hospital are you going to go for that? Is it the same Geelong?
No, so that's the thing. Hers is in Geelong, but she said because you're all the way up here, she said if you were able to get someone to take the care for the private Epworth Hospital psychiatric wise. So this is the stuff I don't understand because ideally I'd love it if you guys could figure out how I could have it done. And you know,
have you had ketamine infusion before? Is the first time?
First time. I have no idea even what it does. If you want to help me,
you know, I've had a few cases of people having reaction, bad psychological reaction to
you have?
ketamine. Yes,
but
most people are okay. So I've had a lot of patients with psychiatric problems who had it with no issues. But I've had also a few cases that have very bad reaction. I have a history of a patient who, with a history of anxiety, had massive panic attacks. And I had a patient who had history of bipolar disorder, had a manic episode on ketamine. So it can happen. So with mania, psychosis much less likely, even if you don't have that history. But anxiety, panic attacks can happen.
Okay, that's good.
And you know that on the other hand, you know, ketamine is one of the medications that is approved to be used for depression.
Well, there you go.
You know, and if you use the ketamine, which is similar.
Can you prescribe that stuff?
It has to be done in a, you know, very secure facility, like with nurse observation for 1 hour. We don't do that, but there are some clinics in Melbourne that are doing it. But it's going to be costly for you to get them in a spray. So a few $1,000s apparently.
Jeez.
So, but again, we're getting vitamin infusion for pain disorder, which again might help with your mood as well. But again, yes, that's a. So
you're in agreement that it's something worth looking at.
It's not a contraindication if you have history of, you know.
Well,
unless you have history of major psychosis.
I've never had psychosis.
Yeah, I would be a bit concerned, but again, you don't have that history. Now it can be done. I think the risk, as your pain specialist said, is there, but is low. Overall.
Yeah, I think it's low too.
Yeah, when she's talking about it, she's saying it is a just in case scenario.
Just in case scenario, being prepared. I think it's a good idea for me to know when you're going there, and.
Well, I'm going to need her to obviously send the letter because.
Yeah, sure. And then once I'm informed and we are prepared, and in case that you need to go to the hospital, then we can organise that.
Yeah, that's what she was saying, just in case.
I'm fine with it. You know, I'm happy to write back to her and saying that.
Awesome.
I haven't got any.
No, neither did Elaine, so I'll follow it up on Monday. Yeah.
All right.
She was lovely because the only thing I can think of is she charges $400 for her initial consultations, and we were like partway through about to pay for it, and the receptionist handed me the card machine thing. Then she took it back off me with the strangest look on her face, and I thought I'd just dithered for too long and it timed out. But she goes, the doctor has decided not to charge you today, and the only thing I can think of is maybe somehow it's got missed along the way because it's been that long and no letter's been sent. But I mean,
the White House did Dr. to prescribe you just one pack. Unfortunately.
Yes, I ran out.
Without any repeat.
No, I was going to ask you. I need that, please. I need, definitely.
So it has been dispensed.
I've had just a few days ago. I didn't realize I had none, and I was like, oh my god.
Monday it was dispensed.
Yeah, Monday or Tuesday. I was like, can you please send it to me? But that was it. Yeah, and I had a dexamphetamine script. But we didn't know it was 6 months, So I'm taking the 70 in the morning and the 2 dex, like like 11, so 6, 11, and then 3, 1.
The rest medication you're fine, or the doctor learn?
Yeah.
Did you get the script from her?
Which one?
Takes with the escitalopram.
I've got all of those. Yeah, I need the dexamphetamine because she wanted you to do that one.
Alprazolam, dexamphetamine, and Vyvanse. Is that right?
Yeah.
3 medications.
The third one's a Xanax, is that right?
Yes,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Awesome.
The last time we gave you 60 tablets and it lasted you a few months.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Sending to the scripts for the
Awesome.
Vyvanse now for 6 months.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
And also have to do that separately. So do the dexamphetamine and then alprazolam.
Yes. What was the last part? Oh, yeah, here we go.
Xanax, yeah. Alprazolam.
Yep. Yeah, it's coming through now. Wonderful.
The dexamphetamine is not more than 3 a day usually.
No, definitely no. So Elaine wanted me to drop to 2 because I was just running fast or something, and I did do that. But I've gone back to the 3 because I need it. Can I say? But being somewhere and not having to worry about where I'm going to be in a week's time or having to move and this and that has just completely made like
hopefully that you can stay for now. So
yeah,
Well, we
we
can
can
stay as
stay
long as we like.
forever pretty much.
Yeah.
They have a 6-year-old daughter and they were like, she'll be getting this when she's growing up. So I'm excited to like train Happy the dog. I was so depressed. I got a puppy and the puppy just made me more depressed. Like puppies are hard work. Like hard work.
They are.
She's adorable and I love her, but God, I wanted to adopt her out for the first 6 months, I reckon. Now, like I said, we've got this amazing place. And like we can go anywhere on the property we want pretty much. At the moment it's connected to the mains, but they're having all the power like literally dug in underground so you can access power pretty much anywhere. And like I've had discussions with my sister, for example, and she's like, I wouldn't have gone that close to the house. Like you've got all this room. And I'm like, we were given this option, right? One side of the fence, which would have been like completely our own, separate, just like in our own big block, and then on the other side of the fence, which we can see the other buildings and the house with the family in it. And I was like, I want to be on this side of the fence because I want to see them, I want to be able to have like a spotlight, that one of the sensor lights. So she was making something for dinner the other day, and I wrote, and I was like, wow, that sounds delicious. And then she's like, I'm bringing you some. So she just walks across the paddock to us.
This is social interaction as well. So you're not feeling isolated. There are people around you, and that social cohesion is great for love.
And
she's so much better since we've been there.
There's a guy who moved in the day after we did into like it's a little cottage. Apparently it's a 100-year-old heritage cottage, right? And it is gorgeous. It looks literally like a falling down shack outside, literally like it's a falling down shack. And then you walk inside and you see all the work they've done. And it's unbelievable. And this guy in his like early 40s or something, he moved in the Saturday after we did, so a week tomorrow. And I just like being on that side. Oh, and I've just seen, scrolling through my photos to find it, I'm officially an Australian citizen.
No, that happened eventually.
Yeah, it did. Thank you. I'm so excited. So I'll be coming to you for a paperwork for the NDIS at some point. Cannot find the pictures. Always the way.
Have you got a good provider?
For
the NDIS?
I have nothing yet whatsoever. I still got to get it. So if you have any tips, please let me know.
So I'm a provider myself. I've got a company registered.
What does that mean? Can you help me then? Because I need to get on the NDIS.
Yeah,
That's
a bit tricky. You've got What do you have apart from, so you have a diagnosis, is it fibromyalgia? Is it
Fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, hyperbladder, hypersomnia. Oh my god, I need to see the referral list. I've got so many. Scoliosis, psoriasis.
Chronic fatigue.
Yep, chronic fatigue. See that one? I got to count them through. There's just all obviously the mental illnesses, but the physical ones. Yeah, fibromyalgia is severe, but so is my bladder. I'm seeing a urologist, my urologist, on like the 18th. Yeah.
You haven't
I've
done
had
the paperwork before? No, you haven't done
No, but I've officially applied before, right? Because everyone told me to apply in 2021 when I first started seeing you all, right? And I tried to explain to everyone that yes, I'm eligible for the disability pension because that's what I'm on, right? But I knew that I wasn't eligible for the NDIS because I was a New Zealander living here, but not technically classified as a permanent resident or a citizen. But I went through the process. I called the NDIA, explained what I just said to them. They went through the system and were like, no, you are eligible. So I went through the process. I went through 20 years worth of paperwork, right? I submitted a application. I remember there was 105 additional pages to the 7-page application that I've sent. Scripts have come through, thank you. And I remember getting the information back, and they were pretty much like, we would be able to grant it immediately as soon as you provide the piece of paper saying you're a citizen.
Okay,
So I don't know what happens. I know I got to apply for it again.
I can get somebody who I know working with me. Her name is Hannah, to contact you.
That'd be wonderful.
To send all the documents and we do the form for you again and send it off. If they have been so positive before. It was a couple of years ago, was it?
2021, yeah.
They
I know they're
They
changing.
are getting a bit stricter these days, you know. But it's
The
more
amount of things I'm just dealing with, right? Like, I should know. Like, I'm technically diagnosed with so many things, but that's kind of the thing. The more you get diagnosed, the harder it is to remember.
That's right. So
Yeah.
maybe
Hence
she's
I've
going to
filmed.
contact you and you can send all the documents and then we have a look and then decide if it's complete. We might need some of that updated documents from the
Yeah,
claims
100%.
specialist,
Like,
you know,
I
because it's
plan
been a
to.
few years,
Like,
so
I
it
haven't
takes time.
looked at the paperwork that I sent off in a while
And
because
you need
it
a
was so
support letter
much.
from me as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll need letters from all of you. I'll 100% be doing this right. I went through the whole process to become a citizen for the NDIS.
And
If I don't get it, then
stay in that accommodation. You need to have the support workers if any has to be closer to you. Because otherwise
well,
it's
I worked as a support worker when I could manage it, right?
so you
But
still
truth be told, I've needed a support worker forever, and the reason I'm able to adult is solely because of this man. He's like a live-in support worker for me. Like, he does all the cooking, the washing, it makes me sound like super lazy and bad, but
There are times when Liv's just physically not capable of doing bits and pieces because of the fibromyalgia.
fibromyalgia is a thing.
Then if she goes into a
it's
depressed
so
state,
severe.
Okay.
yeah.
Let's see what we can do. All right. Thank you very much. And,
Thank you.
Chatting with you.